Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Are You Serious? My name is Isaac Abrams. I'm joined today by Alex Sivers and Nicholas Piatt, who's facing the wrong direction. Say hello, Nick.
Hello, Nick.
Depends on your perspective of wrong. I think he's facing the right direction.
If this is wrong, I don't want to be right. I love that shot so much.
Much too much.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Sivers.
Good to be here.
Welcome back, Cotter.
Welcome back.
You're Cotter. I guess he's going to not respond to me because he can't see me. But catching you guys up, we went to the Taylor Swift concert this week, me and Nick.
Oh, my God. That's so nice for you.
Yeah.
Did you get a lot of traction on your socials when you posted pictures of you in the pit?
Yes. Did you? Oh, you're not on social media. So we did this gag where I have a selfie of myself and I say, hey, I got hooked up with tickets to the Taylor Swift concert and I could bring any woman in the world that I wanted to. And I thought about many different women and I ended up with Nick Piatt, and I flipped it around and saw him.
Hey.
You know what? There's one woman you can't bring to that show.
Your wife?
Taylor Swift.
That's true.
She was off the table.
It's true.
And that's probably why you brought Nick.
But can you imagine inviting Taylor Swift to a Taylor Swift concert?
I don't know what you're doing on Saturday, but...
I'm performing in front of 73,000 people at SoFi. Yeah, about that.
Oh, shit. I'll be there, too. Do you want to go with me?
Can I go with you?
That's good. Okay, here's a question. The tickets in where you guys were,
yeah.
It was on the floor.
It was.
Those tickets, I don't know exactly, but they've got to be somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000, right?
The closer you get to the show, the higher the price tag. And
I checked the night after we were there, and it was
they were free at that point because the show's over.
I checked the night. I checked for the night after that we were there because she was playing a bunch of nights in a row at SoFi, and they were about $5,000 per seat.
Okay, so here's my question: what kind of people were around you there? Were they people that, like, you know, to me, if you spend $5,000 on a concert, like at most that is 0.5% or 0.25% of your annual salary, which would mean that everyone that you were around makes $400,000 a year. Is that true?
No, they were breaking the bank to be there.
yeah,
Crazy.
They were super fans.
Moms and their daughters. We were the only two guys within that weren't wearing pink for miles around.
Easiest show ever to get into the men's bathroom.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
As soon as Taylor started, the bar was just empty. It was a great time to get a drink.
But you guys still pissed next to each other in an empty bathroom just because
In the same stall.
Yeah. Pants all the way down at the urinal.
you stood across from each other in the trough.
Yeah, I peed on his shoe. He peed on my shoe. Cross peeing.
We shared shoes.
We spent about $200 a piece on booze.
Oh, I bet. I can't imagine.
Yeah. Beers are $26.
What was the parking situation like?
We Ubered there. Oh, Nick, tell him about our Uber driver.
Dude, we had the best Uber driver in Inglewood. He cut through Inglewood with unbelievable precision. Like this guy got us from Playa del Rey to the stadium and just kept going around lines of traffic. Like he'd get into the left lane, head on traffic, and just go until he saw somebody, and then cut to the left and keep going. Like it was crazy.
That's amazing.
It was like
I
he got
that was
us.
going to be a better story.
But you appreciated it, right? You weren't
Oh,
like,
we
you're
did.
driving like a crazy person.
No, we loved it. And then I was going to tip him. We're like crazy. And then we got into the whole kerfuffle of like, where are the tickets? We did 3 laps around SoFi. Couldn't find the floor. And then the show started. And then I got drunk and I forgot to tip the guy.
You still could now, though.
You can on Uber. You can't on Lyft.
But it was an Uber, to be clear.
Maybe. Oh, that's another thing that messed us up. Nick got to my house at like 4:30 and we were just hanging out, like having a beer or whatever. Around 5, we're like, we should probably hit an Uber. And then Uber after Uber just like decline. We're like, oh, we might not make it.
Wow.
But the guy who showed up, he wasn't the hero we wanted, but he was the hero we needed.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
It sounds like he kind of was the hero you wanted, too.
Now, you must have explored ticket prices because I'm sure your girls wanted to go.
I did. I mean, there was talk of it, but I knew they were going to be so expensive that I didn't even want to entertain the conversation. So like a year and a half ago when the tour was announced, I was like, absolutely not. I immediately looked at them and they were, you know, over $1,000, maybe over $2,000 for even close to decent seats. And I was like, we're not fucking doing that. It's $10,000 to take the family.
No,
not going to happen.
Here's my question. It can't be, that's not the price that Taylor put them up for. Those have to be rebuys.
It's a Ticketmaster thing.
It is, but she also put them up very high too. I mean, when she did her release of the tickets and buying floor, I think the face value of them, it was thousands.
Like as if you were buying it right from her. It's still.
I mean, I don't know if you had your ticket, but it should. If it's a Ticketmaster.
Ours said 0 on it.
Yeah.
Right, because they were comp tickets. You dirty dogs.
Right.
You dirty dogs. There's nothing that the internet hates more than someone that got free tickets to Taylor Swift.
I've got a friend who hated it.
I bet.
Because she spent
thousands.
days of her life just trying to get tickets for her and her daughter.
Right.
And then when she got them, they were thousands, and it was in another city, so she had to fly there.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's crazy.
And then you just weren't doing anything on Saturday.
And we were barely paying attention.
Isaac called me and was like, "Hey, are you off work Monday?" I was like, "I can be."
I didn't even tell him why.
Oh, it was on a Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he could have been like, "Oh, we're going to a show at some like dive bar downtown." I would have been like, "Cool, yeah, let's do it."
That's what you should have said. You'd be like, "There's the Taylor Swift show's going on. Fucking bummer." But Dashboard Confessional is doing an acoustic gig across the street at the whatever the fuck bar, and then you just take him to Taylor Swift, and then he just kisses you so hard for it.
Next week's episode will be
I feel like I would have laughed at that if I could have seen you say it.
I just waited for it to end. It just kept going and going, and then you kissed. And then we kissed. We kissed anyway, dude. What are you talking about? We made out the whole way there.
We kissed anyway.
I did tell Isaac during one of those songs that if he proposed to me, we would definitely go viral.
And I almost did it for the likes.
Then I stopped him because I realized people were going to make a big deal out of it. We were going to be on the internet before we realized that we should tell people we were joking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Plus, Nick's already married.
Yeah, I have a wedding ring on. That would have been a problem.
Well, you could have taken it off, and I could have offered it to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She needs to play another show so we can pull this off.
I mean, also people need to accept different lifestyles. Who says that a nice young man in 2023 can't have both a wife and a husband?
Well, yeah, but you can go to the Taylor Swift concert to propose.
The state of California says that.
Do they?
Can't do that. Yeah.
Well, you can't?
You can't have multiple
oppressive
spouses.
bigotry in this country.
Wait a minute. You can't legally have more than one spouse?
In the state of California, you can't. In Utah, you can.
It's legal in Utah, or people just do it anyway?
No, it's legal in Utah to have more than one spouse.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's how men have multiple wives.
Well, I think they just call them their wives and they have a ceremony. I don't think it's legal. I don't think you go like, "This is my wife, this is my..." I mean, you say it, but like...
I'm pretty sure it's legal.
You have the main bitch and then you got all your side bitches.
I don't think they call them main bitches in the Mormon church.
No, they probably call them Utah bitches.
Have you guys seen Extreme Mormons? Have you seen that channel?
No, it's a whole channel?
It's a whole channel.
No, it's got to be a show.
I swear, it's just okay. Well, no, it's not like a broadcast channel.
24/7 of Mormons.
No, but it's Extreme Mormons. They do like extreme skateboard and bike tricks, but they're not very good.
And they're in a suit.
The power of the Lord's gonna help me clear this gap, and then they'll just like eat shit into it. Mm-hmm. Like it's very funny.
You don't have Instagram, or I would say you should see Tired Skateboards because it's dudes my age doing like the weakest sauce tricks in the world.
That's great.
I love it. Check out Tired Skateboards on the old IG.
Are they a sponsor of yours?
This episode's brought to you by Tired Skateboards on Instagram. Yeah, dude, no.
Yeah, dude, no. You know what I'm curious your guys' thoughts about? All so, right. The wild farts. The wild farts.
Them their wild farts are going crazy.
Wild farts.
Damn near blew me away.
So, the wildfires in Hawaii. So, Oprah went there, right? And she went to...
She started them.
Well, I mean,
Well, Sivers is working towards a conspiracy theory right now.
Oh, another one?
Let him finish this.
I'll see you there. Right. You just hang on.
Nick, will you wake me up when he's done talking?
I would, but I can't see you.
You should have those glasses with the little mirrors in the bottom.
Oh, who says he doesn't?
Holding up a mirror.
Is that why I can see your eyeballs so well?
Oh, listener, if you're just listening, Nick is facing away from Nick. What's your name? Sivers. Got it. Yeah. He's facing away from us. Oprah started the fires. Keep going.
Oprah started the fires. So Oprah went to Maui, and she went to one of the centers that they were providing aid at. It was like a high school somewhere, and she arrived with a camera crew, and they said that she couldn't go in with a camera crew. I mean, kind of obviously, because it's like a natural disaster, and
they're not done finding bodies.
Right.
There shouldn't be cameras going there.
Right. But that said, she, I don't know, maybe begrudgingly, but either way, complied. And then she went in and gave people, supplies and talked with people and whatever, had her moment there, albeit not on camera, as she may have hoped.
Today, Junior.
I'm sorry that I can't tell every story in 4 seconds. I'm Color Red's the best. Discuss.
All right, what happened to Oprah after that?
Well,
did she burn up?
No. Maybe. No. But like a bunch of people dove all over her, and they're like, "Oh God, you're so egotistical. You're going to this natural disaster just to rise your own star with a camera crew, you scumbag." But like ignoring the fact that she even went at all, which draws some eyeballs and attention. Not that anyone hadn't known that Maui was on fire, but like,
wait, Maui was on fire?
Yeah, facts.
Weird.
Do you not watch Oprah?
I don't watch the news.
And so, I mean, I guess my curiosity is, do you think that it is the right thing to do is to just stay away from things, right? Like my argument in issues like this is, well, if people are going to get jumped all over when they try to do something and accuse that they're trying to rise their star based on some natural disaster or terrible thing happen, what is that going to incentivize people to do? Stay the fuck away from it. Don't donate money. Don't fucking get involved. Just stay the fuck away from it because people are going to accuse you of...
And also, Oprah has no reason to try and get more famous.
Yeah, I don't think that's why. I think she brought money and aid, and I think she was, it's like if Oprah does something, it's worthy of recording. Like,
well, it's not about Oprah. The whole thing was about the wildfires. Like, it has nothing to do with her. She was just a journalist in the moment, right?
But if she puts out her content on her channels,
she puts out
on the O.
I'm just gonna sit in it. I'm gonna sit in it. We're sitting in it. I'm just gonna sit in it. And now they got to sit in it too. You feel better?
Yeah.
You feel okay?
I do.
If she puts out her content, she might reach a demographic of people who don't necessarily watch the news, or they're like, "Oh, look at Oprah. I'm going to give to Maui."
Yes, that's the point. Right?
And secondary factoid: no matter what you do on the internet, somebody's going to hate on that shit.
That's true.
And the anonymity that you have to just fire off a fucking comment from a burner account. I don't know. If I ever met someone that's like, yeah, I have a burner account and I make shitty comments on the internet, I would slap them right in their nose muscle.
It is the strongest muscle in the body.
Well, for you it is. Nick, you can't see it, but Sivers has a huge nose.
Takes one to know one.
Hey, we're in the big nose club.
Yeah.
You know what they say about big noses?
Yours is red as fuck because you have sun poisoning.
I don't feel so good.
I mean, that said, mine's red as fuck too.
There was a lady at the bar last night that was just sitting in the sun all day. Like, she would look worse than me. Just red.
Oh my God, can you do that one more time? Holy shit. The contrast.
He's not even facing this direction and he can see it.
Let's see your, I get off in the corner of the monitor with my sunglasses on. Let's see your collar. Let's show it.
It just blows out the camera.
Yeah.
It's just it's white hot light.
Kind of like Oprah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
That's when you have to sit in it. Never mind. We're not sitting in shit.
Let's just sit in it.
What was the other thing we were going to talk about, Nick, that we wrote down? It was the Taylor Swift concert.
We didn't write anything down, but you did want to talk about your fresh dental work.
Oh, shit. I went to the dentist this week, bro.
Okay. Was that expensive?
It was not, because I've been paying for dental insurance for 14 months.
Oh, wow.
I planned it because you can't have oral surgery until you've been paying for your insurance for 12 months.
Oh, okay. I didn't know oral worked that way.
It doesn't. Sometimes you have to use your hands.
That's great.
But I had this little spot on my tooth that every time I laughed or smiled, people were like, you got something in your teeth, bro. So I finally got that fixed.
I never noticed that.
Because I never laugh or smile when I'm around you.
That's so true.
Nah, I'm just kidding. You're a very funny guy. But the lesson here is there's two things to point out. One, if you want to get your teeth fixed, just go do it because it's not nearly as scary as you thought. But two, it only took 20 minutes and $140.
Now, fixed, what did they do?
Okay, this is the part that I really want to tell.
Yeah.
This doctor, this dentist, is 180 years old. I mean, he's dusty, bro. Like, everything in his office is from the 80s. The fish are dead in the tank. You sit down, and the nurse preps you or whatever, and she's like, Doc, he's ready. He comes in, and he puts his fingers in my mouth, and his hand is shaking.
That's great.
Like, from being old, hand shaking.
Yeah, this isn't like a disease. It's just
And I'm already like, what?
hungover.
I'm not good at going to the dentist.
Uh-huh.
So then he grabs the drill. And I'm like, yo, like no shaky hand drilly stuff.
Oh, I see, yes.
I was like, let me see your other hand, dude. And he was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, this hand is shaking my whole fucking face. Does your other hand shake? I mean, I know it's not like social norms to point out somebody's weird shit, but if they're going in your mouth with a drill, prove that you got fucking steady hands, steady cam hands.
Prove it.
And he did, but still, they drilled a little bit. They numbed me up in my gums. They shot me full.
Uh-huh. Filled you up.
But when he started drilling, I could smell the burning tooth dust because it's right there by your nose muscle.
Oh, yeah.
That was, and I still can't get that. There's two smells you never forget: dead bodies and burning tooth dust.
Or burning flesh, too. Yeah, it's a lot.
Burning, like Maui. So
Too soon.
Well, listen, when you see the pictures of Maui, it burned across the street. It burned the cars and went into the ocean, right? That looked more like lava.
Is that like just one spot that you're referring to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Because there's probably some other paths that the fire took in other places.
I just don't see how like the fire could burn up to a street and then like burn cars on the street. But it happened. I mean,
it happens in California when we have wildfires like near the coast. It kind of works like that ish. I mean, the street can be like kind of a natural barrier.
yeah, I mean, it had to be super hot to catch cars on fire.
Here's my question. You've been paying for dental surgery or dental insurance rather for 14 months. How much money have you paid for dental insurance over 14 months?
$50 a month.
Okay, so you spent $700 on dental insurance. How much was the going rate of all the work that you had done the other day?
I don't know because I only paid $140 on top, and I get 2 free cleanings a year.
You know what I'm going to assume? This is an assumption, but most of the time there's co-insurance on dental insurance, and it's about 20%. And if that is true for what you had done, then it was $850. Which means that if
You've broken even, basically.
basically broken even.
Yeah, I have another appointment on the 26th to get a deep gum cleaning.
What's your copay on that?
I don't know. I think that's going to be $200 or $300.
Oh God, they're taking you
Yeah.
for a ride.
Well, I have to research whether or not a deep gum cleaning is actually a thing.
You got fucked in the mouth.
Yeah, you're getting fucked in your beautiful. You're now
What
fixed
you're
mouth.
what you're saying is that I should have just gone in for a consultation, gotten a price quote on how much the whole thing should be, and then decided whether or not I was going to pay.
Should have just pulled the tooth.
Yeah, I think you just write the whole thing off.
I'm not. No, I'm getting crowns. That's the whole other thing. That's covered. I don't have a copay on that. I'm getting 2 crowns in the back. That's oral surgery. That would have been like $3,000 or $4,000. I'm coming out on top, and when I'm done, I'm canceling the dental insurance.
Fuck, that's the way it works. You guys here, you dental insurance underwriters, we've got the fucking system rigged, dog.
We're system riggers.
Yeah.
Nick just went full finger in the camera.
Nick will not co-sign
I
that.
can't wait to cut that picture out. That's going on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
That's going on the thumbnail. What's new in business this week?
Oh God, so little.
Superbad is 16 years old today.
Is that right?
Yep.
Oh wow, that's such a good movie. It
16
really
years
This
is.
old.
movie is
today.
super bad.
Oh, it's incredible.
It's so good.
Green Day Dookie is 30 years old this year.
Oh my God.
This next year.
I was in 8th grade when that came out.
They announced a big like re-release and a bunch of extras and all that today.
You're 42, Isaac. Yes.
43.
43. So that makes sense because I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah. I was 13. I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, when Dookie came
That
out,
is
and I
crazy.
bought it that week.
That album, it just blew my fucking mind.
You know what's weird? I have a kid in 3rd grade and 5th grade. And when I was in 3rd grade, I was listening to Green Day Dookie and lighting fireworks out of my bedroom window.
Yeah, what are your kids doing when you're not home?
Not that. I mean, who knows though, right?
Right.
My mom doesn't know about the fireworks at the Green Day. So.
I bet, you know what would be funny is if your mom knew the whole time. She was like, boys are boys.
God, I don't even want to go down that road. I don't want to even imagine that she knows why we went through so much suntan lotion in the winter. Yeah.
I think moms know.
I bet you they have to.
Yeah.
They have to.
I have a friend that's got a 13-year-old, and this kid wants to be alone all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. He wants to be alone with his thoughts.
Right. Well, he's got a phone.
Yeah, oh my God, that's so dangerous.
Dude.
If I had a phone when I was 13, I don't think it still would be in my bedroom that I grew up in, right?
Yeah,
So,
I would have
Al,
never moved out.
Al, you're close to, like, they're coming up on teenage years. When are they going to get iPhones?
Oh, they already have them.
They're girls. They're not sitting around looking at porn all the time.
Yeah, but they have access to everything on the internet.
Well, no, because you have parental controls on the phones and stuff. They've got.
Does that really work?
It does. Yeah, it really does. It's oppressive. They talk about it all the time, and I give no shits because it is what it is.
What are some things how does it work?
Well, like from a contacts point of view, like no one can call them, and they can't call anyone who's not in their contact list, and only I can approve people into their contact list.
Oh,
They can't
cool.
Download apps without getting my approval through my phone. They can't view any content that is like over 13 years old, and Apple does a good job on top of what Google already does of policing that content.
What you mean? The content's 13 years old? Like,
That's right. Yeah, it has to be 2010 or earlier.
It could be porn. It just
so they
has
can
to
go
be
to
old.
Lemon Party all day long. And, watch a bunch of guys. Just,
go to AOL, bro.
yeah, they can go to E-Bombs World. They can download some fresh tits on Kazaa.
And they can listen to any Fallout Boy record they want.
They can steal all of Metallica's Black Album. They
can go to Pirate Bay.
They can go to Pirate Bay. Yep, they can do that. What were the? Yeah,
Weren't you saying something about downloading some stuff earlier on the elevator, Nick?
Oh yeah, they would narrow down all the music piracy.
Yeah, tell that story.
I'm gonna get a beer while you tell it.
Bye.
I don't know the exact story, but basically, about 20 years ago, when music went on the internet and it started getting ripped onto the internet, and people had access to it for free, the record companies were able to narrow down who was actually doing it, because they started like getting real serious about who had access to the albums before the albums came out. Because some of these things were leaking before the albums even came out, which was very weird when none of it was digital.
Yeah.
Right. And so they were able to narrow it down to the place that was actually burning the CDs for them. And this plant was in Western North Carolina. And they narrowed it down to these like one or two rednecks that lived in Western North Carolina that were just like, oh, fuck these guys. They don't pay us enough. We're putting the albums out.
I wonder how much money they made.
They were selling it to an extent, but it was like in the thousands of dollars. It wasn't a ton.
Well,
and they started the internet. These guys.
They were the ones who were releasing the big albums that got really popular, and were the ones releasing albums before they came out in the early 2000s.
I wonder if they worked on an alien ant farm.
That would be funny. But okay, so the three of us have at one time all worked in marketing at some point.
Okay, yeah.
Or in the commercial business, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Today, that would be a hell of a marketing ploy, right?
Well, they do like kind of surprise release albums now. Like even huge artists like Beyonce has done it, and a few other like major artists have done it, because it's a way to get people talking about it immediately. So if there's no real plan other than surprise album, like they put it on their Instagram, because then it goes viral immediately. And it pushes it really hard. But actually putting it out before you were planning to put it out, like some people have probably tried that as a marketing plan, but I don't remember any specifically.
I mean, like dropping it for free and claiming that pirates stole it, and dropping a link to where you can get it for free.
Oh, pirates!
There was somebody who did that. Some pop star did that recently because they were mad at their label.
Oh.
They like put out the songs on like YouTube under some alias and just told and like tweeted it.
Well, Swiftie just re-recorded all her old shit.
And then the label just fucking sued the shit out of them. They're like, I was mad at the label, so I gave them a perfect lawsuit against me.
Yeah. Actually, the Taylor Swift thing is an interesting one. She now has more #1 albums than any artist ever. And it's because she keeps re-recording her own albums as her own version so that she can make the money off of them and have control over them instead of Scooter Braun, who bought her old catalog.
It's funny because you look at her on Spotify, it'll say next to the song, it'll say Taylor's version.
Right, because it has to, because that's the title of the song or the album. Because she has to do that. Otherwise, she's infringing on her copyrights from her previous albums that someone else owns. But she now has more #1 albums than anyone else, but it's really just because already like 3 or 4 of them are just duplicates.
Wow. So she just met up with a lawyer and was like, how can I fuck this guy over?
Exactly.
Or how can I maximize
And she
money?
has.
And as a fan, you just want to listen to
Taylor's version.
Taylor's
because
version. You're supporting Taylor.
You're not a fan of Scooter Braun. Well, since we're on the topic, I've heard the name Scooter Braun. I think actually he worked with Mariah Carey. I think we sat in the same room as him one time on a music video.
I've run into Scooter many times.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. So he was, still is, managing Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Kid Laroi, a bunch of like very popular pop artists right now. He became famous because of Justin Bieber. He was Justin Bieber's first manager when he met him in Atlanta as a little kid when Usher brought him there.
Oh, okay. So Usher brought him from Canada, the land of hate and negativity, and brought him to Miami.
Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta. Yes.
How much do you think Usher still gets off of Bieber's stuff?
I hope something. He discovered him.
Yeah.
There's
what do you think he's entitled to?
I think there's a percentage just based on the original albums because I think he also helped produce them.
So you think like he did the first couple albums and then Justin blew up and it was like, bye, Usher.
Right, but Scooter's still his manager and is still in charge of all of that stuff. So there may be some deal worked out.
Think old Scoots is sliding Usher a check?
Maybe. I mean, Usher doesn't need it either.
Well,
at the same time, he was having hits. They're just not as big. He's not as popular. But
I mean, he has some confessions.
This is my confession.
It's an okay song.
It's all right.
Usher.
You got to let it burn sometimes, though.
Ooh, that's a better one.
Yeah.
I mean, you got it bad.
You got it bad. We're going to get copyright flags for how well I just sang.
Let's
that.
do it. It's worth it. How well I just sang.
All right, try some Cisco songs.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Thighs like a truck. Dump, dump.
Yep, that's the one.
Let me see that. I started too high. Let me see that.
Let me make the booty go dunna dunna.
Bada, bada. All I remember is him hopping off a bus on the beach. Bus pulls up, full of young entertainers.
Full of young entertainers.
Now they're called influencers.
Yes. Well, now they're called
time
baby
they were-
mamas because they're probably 40.
That's
At
true.
the time, they were called
Hoes.
video girls, right?
Yes, video workers.
No, they weren't workers.
Ladies of the day.
You guys know that's how Kobe met his widow,
Go on.
Vanessa?
No.
She
wasn't a widow at the time.
She wasn't a lady of the day.
is now. That's how that works.
Kobe's wife was a video vixen.
She was like 18 and lived in LA already. And was trying to get into, she was a dancer, so she got into this music video world. And he had a very brief stint attempting a rap career and made a music video. So there's actually video of the two of them meeting, him introducing himself and she saying, "Hi, I'm Vanessa." And like,
what?
Yeah, there's actually video of them meeting. And then he asked for her number before they left and they ended up getting married.
I mean, they had like an 18-year-old when he passed away, right? 17?
Right. She's at USC now.
Well, he took a couple of them with him.
So they met...
No, there was one girl.
So they met
the rest
in the
of her team.
early 2000s? Like when he was like 24?
No, in the late 90s.
Late 90s.
When
So
he was like 19 and she was like 18 or something like that.
Was he trying to rap before he was in the NBA?
No. No, this was like he was already a Laker, but it was the beginning of his career.
So he skipped college. He was like a...
Yes, he was the original, like, very successful person who skipped college.
You know, a guy, Dave, we used to PA with, he grew up with Kobe.
Dave
Young.
Oh, yeah.
He grew up with Kobe, and he has actually a great script written about his experience of playing basketball with Kobe. If you look into Kobe's, like, where he grew up, it was like in Lower Merion in Philadelphia, and that's where Dave grew up, and they played on the same basketball team as kids. And you know Dave, he's a very smart and very jovial guy, but he's certainly not a star athlete.
No, but you could tell Dave was probably taller than everybody else.
Yes.
So he got picked to be center or whatever.
But when you look at the team picture, pop it up on the screen.
Don't do that.
Why? I want to make editorial notes as we go.
Oh, my God.
Ooh, that's a good pop. He has a very funny idea around like telling that story. But he said he was a great guy, and it was like obviously a real insane treat to have known him because he was so talented.
Okay, that takes me to something that I think about quite often. I probably talked about too much on the show.
Go on.
If you find success at a young age, is it possible to, like you got money, you got fame, you're in your 20s, you get married, is it possible to remain monogamous to your wife?
I mean, Michael Jackson did a pretty good job of it, didn't he?
No, he was touching little kids.
But wasn't he married to him?
You can't marry children, or at least you can't marry more than one.
I think you can in Neverland, though.
Not in California.
Well, in the state of Neverland, I think you can.
That's true. He was in an altered state.
We never really talk about the rules in Neverland, but
you're not supposed to. The first rule of Neverland is that you don't talk about Neverland.
And you certainly don't talk about your encounters with the owner. Do you think it's possible to say? Yeah, absolutely.
For example, if we had popped off in our 20s and gotten the record deal and the tour cycle and the money and all that,
sure, yeah,
and we were the next Good Charlotte, would we?
We were good charlatans.
Oh, I don't know what else to compare us to.
Yeah, well,
we thought we were going to be the next Foo Fighters. Turns out you only need one. But if we had gotten it right,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think relationships and monogamy, it all depends on your needs aligning with what the other person is willing to give you, and whether or not that's like cuddles or like, other things. You can find someone that gives you everything you need. You can. You just have to be very realistic with yourself about what you need in a relationship, both sexually and emotionally. Like me, I need nothing emotionally, and I need
because you have no soul.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm all I need.
You're all
JK.
you need.
JK.
Okay, Nick, what do you think?
Yes, it's possible.
Oh, it says okay. I'm talking.
You
guys have stakes in it because you're both married. You don't want to say something stupid and your wife hear it.
Think about this. It's absolutely possible. It's just very rare at a very young age to get married and have it stick anyway. And you add
regardless of fame.
Yeah, and you add a bunch of stress and weirdness around one or both of you being famous, and then it gets even harder. So it's not about.
So you don't think it's the money? You think it's the pressures of stardom?
It's not about the money. It's about it's more about the age.
Yeah.
Like if you're 20 years old and you get married, it's likely to be a problem anyway. It's not an issue about like how much money you have or if you're famous.
I mean, I don't know.
That's hard as it is. And then you add a bunch of weirdness and stress around being famous, and then that's really tough.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think it's more about the age. I mean, I don't know if you two have this experience, but when I think back on myself at like age 24, 25, 26 and younger, it's almost like I'm looking at someone else's life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have that same kind of feeling?
I mean, my life before I moved here was like, who was that?
Yeah, exactly.
Like from North Carolina. There's like,
I think part of that is there's just scientifically, like your brain doesn't stop developing until like your mid to late 20s. Mm-hmm. But then once it does, it's kind of in a static state until it starts degrading in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah. I even got an inch taller at 25.
Quit bragging.
My shoes got bigger. Like,
is that right?
I got legit. Like I wasn't done growing until I was 25 years old.
That is interesting. But I mean, I think that like imagine I mean, it would take
So cool, bro.
it would
No,
like you're marrying a different person, both you and them. Like
Yeah.
if you get married at 20 and now you're 30, like you're both looking back at your first date and like what brought you together, and you're like, I'm a different person than that. And like hopefully you both changed in the same direction or in opposite and complementary directions, but who knows if you do or not.
Yeah, okay, so we got two different viewpoints here. Well, three if you count me, but you've been married for 11 years?
I've been married for going on 11 years.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
And then Nick's just rounded the corner of a year, right?
Yeah,
You're a little over a year.
Not even a year and a half yet. Yep.
So, like, is that in your perspective, Sivers, like after 11 years, is it growing together or is it growing differently but accepting that person?
I think, the growth goes a little bit like this, right? It's like you're growing together and then you have, an inflection point outward, and that hopefully that pushes you closer together. I mean, our relationship has been like this. It has been like kind of parabolic.
Like a curvy Jessica Rabbit body?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, like the perfect hour, like Nelly said, 36, 25, 34, but like on and on and on. And
I thought that was his phone number.
Imagine she was 20, 30,
26?
36, 25, 34. I believe those are the digits.
There's two 36s.
36, 25, 34.
No.
Is what I promise you. It's what Nelly said.
No way.
Yeah, Nelly said something.
Oh, whoa,
different.
whoa, whoa. No, Nelly's different.
Nelly said something.
Are we
different.
talking frittata or country grammar?
But there's the song.
Violent Femmes? 36, 24, 36. And then Nelly changed it because he had different parameters.
See,
Yeah.
Nick's our musical expert.
Yeah, Nelly likes
It was
the 36,
Violent Femmes.
25, 34.
Seriously?
I think so.
No, it was a funk song. What a winning hand. She's a Brick House. Brick House is not. Brick House is not Violent Femmes.
Are we sure about that?
I would bet you a nickel.
We should fact check that Brick House isn't Violent Femmes.
That's Violent Femmes.
Blister in the Sun, yeah.
Doesn't it?
But-
When I go walking, I
That's
strut my
not the
stuff.
song. But you got to cut that off as soon as you can, or we're gonna get flagged.
Keep it going, Nick. He put you facing against the wall. You don't owe him anything.
Can't see.
Brick House.
What am I
Who
thinking of?
sang it?
I think you should search Brick House Dimension.
It's the Commodores.
Oh yeah.
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 When we do the lyrics.
Was that Lionel Richie era? It had to be.
What am I thinking of with the Violent Femmes then?
Shake it down, shake it down, shake it down now.
Great.
Times 1,000.
Love it. Sounds like a Red Hot Chili Peppers song.
Oh, I don't see the dimensions in here.
Probably because it was Nelly in the album Country Grammar.
No, he got it from
If
somewhere.
you want to go and take a ride with me.
Freewheeling in the Benzie. Oh, here it is.
So few of those words are right.
How can she lose with the stuff she used? 36, 24, 36. Oh, what a winning hand. Commodores, Brick House. Step to me and I'll get you.
The thing is, I think the symmetry of the chest and the hips, I don't think it's ideal. I like the 36, 25, 34.
Well, I'll tell you this. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. Those other brothers, I don't know the other part. Can't deny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung.
I get sprung.
36, 24, 36.
Ooh, that's the same as
That's-
Brick House.
That's Violent Femmes.
Yeah. Okay. I can see why you would pull that up coming from where you came from.
Same as Brick House. It's interesting that
That's the song I was talking about.
it's. What's interesting is that the Commodores and the Violent Femmes
Prefer the same type of woman.
couldn't be more different. But what brings them together
Is that booty?
is that booty.
Booty, 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 booty.
Is that booty compared to that
Rockin'.
waist compared to that
Yeah.
chest?
Do you think that's like the Marilyn Mansion? Oh, I'm having a stroke.
Want to go to Marilyn's mansion?
Wait, not Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Monroe. Thank you. Do you think that's her stacked up stats?
No. She was shaped very differently. I mean, what was considered ideal in the 50s, 60s was a different thing.
Marilyn Monroe's measurements.
I'm going to guess it is increased by 5 in each category.
35 and a half, so very close to 36.
We'll call it 36, judges. We'll give it 36.
23 and a half, which is also a half inch smaller than 24, and 33.25.
Holy shit. That's truly Marilyn Monroe's dimensions.
Yeah.
You know,
Wait, which is the first one the chest and the last one's the butt?
it's top to bottom.
Top
Yeah.
to bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you and me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We go side to side.
Well,
We go hip to hip.
big spoon, little spoon. Back to back.
Nuts to butts.
All right, let's leave it on that one, guys. Thanks for listening, everybody. I have been Isaac Abrams. This is Alex Sivers. And for my good friend, Nick Piatt, this is Are You Serious? We'll see you next time.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Are you cereal?
I got to pee.
Same.